Yesterday we have started with biodiversity and we discussed who has given ecosystem, who has given ecology, who has given the concept of biodiversity, who has given the concept of biodiversity hotspot. We have seen like ecosystem was given by Tansley and ecology concept was given by Haeckel, and biodiversity concept was coined by Rosen, and biodiversity hotspot concept was given by Norman Maier. Thereafter I said that we discussed about what is the meaning of biodiversity. Means the region having what is the largest, which region will be suitable for largest biodiversity, thereafter we have seen. And the largest biodiversity can be there in the region where I said the good amount of temperature and good amount of rainfall. And thereafter we have seen the three major regions are there. One, it is based on climatic condition where there is a high rainfall and good temperature. Equatorial region has the highest biodiversity. And then we have seen the another one, I said on the basis of hydrographic condition. And we have seen like hydrographic condition. First it is, I said that wetland within the inland we have seen and in the ocean. Hydrographic in the land and hydrographic in the ocean. If we see in the land, inland water body, it is in the form of wetland having one of the highest biodiversity. And then we have seen in the ocean, the coral region has what? Coral reef has highest biodiversity. Thereafter I talked about another, what is the meaning of biodiversity hotspot. And then biodiversity hotspot, I said that, in any geographical region, if thereafter we have seen the biodiversity in the world and the types of biodiversity. Then we have seen that biodiversity in the world and types of biodiversity, the three types of biodiversity we talked about. Here it is species biodiversity, genetic biodiversity and ecosystem biodiversity. And we have seen that species biodiversity, it is based on the different species, and there are the two types of species, it is in a flora and fauna. And fauna, different species, fauna taxonomy and then flora taxonomy. In that one, flora is 3 lakh and then fauna is 13 lakh. Out of 13 lakh, India has around 95,000 animal species. It means 7 to 8% of the world. And we have seen that in the out of plant species of 3 lakh, I said that around 47,000 we have plant species, and in that one it covers around 15 to 16% of the world. And largest plant diversity lies in the eastern Himalaya and in the northeast part of India. Clear? After that, this is the species biodiversity. I said that in the genetic biodiversity, if I am talking about the genetic biodiversity is more than species biodiversity, because we as a human being, we know that we are one species, but if we, on the basis of changing climate and geographical position, then there is some genetic changes took place. And then we have seen there is people living in Eskimo, the people living in Africa. There is one human being as a species, but there is a genetic biodiversity. So genetic biodiversity, one species can have more genetic biodiversity. On the basis of that, we can say that genetic biodiversity is much more than the species biodiversity. And thereafter I talked about there is a genetic biodiversity, then ecosystem biodiversity. Ecosystem biodiversity, I said that what is the meaning of ecosystem? Ecosystem means it is an interaction between biotic and abiotic community as well as within the biotic community. If it is happening in any geographical region, जहाँ पर क्या हो similar chemical, there is a climatic characteristics and similar vegetational structure and soil condition, that region will be considered an ecosystem. If I go for equatorial region, वहाँ पर जो biodiversity होगा, it will be different from the tundra region. So I said that Sahara region, desert region will have a different biodiversity. So then again we have divided the biodiversity on the basis of ecosystem. Ecosystem biodiversity and biome both have the same definition, and ecosystem biodiversity and biome means, I said that an ecosystem having the similar I said that physical characteristics like climatic characteristics, and then there is a similar vegetational structure and then soil condition around in a given geographical region. That is known as an ecosystem biodiversity, or that is known as a biome. And we have to see several kind of what? Biomes. Okay? And this is one of the biome. I said that thereafter I talked about what is the meaning of IUCN Red List or Red Data Book. I said that I said that IUCN means International Union for Conservation of Nature, whose headquarters is in the London. They have classified for the protection and preservation of animals. They have classified animals and other species into what I said that different categories, and this categories has been given in the form of, first category is what? Extinct category. Second category is what? Yes, threatened category. Third category is low risk category, and then fourth category is special category. In the first category I said that extinct, and another is I said that extinct in the wild state. Extinct, if I am talking about, extinct is talking about, I said that if a particular species has been completely finished from the forest area, means wild state, forest area and around, as well as captive form. Captive form in the sense somewhere we used to preserve in the captured form. We are preserving in the, I said that in the zoological garden, botanical parks, and I said that in circus, here and there, that we used to preserve. Individual human being is preserving particular. So on the basis of that, we have also captive form. So extinct means, I said that that particular species has been completely finished from the wild state as well as from the captive state. So that is none other than that animal, that species has been completely extinct. Another is, I said that we have discussed about extinct in the wild state. Again, in this case, then animal, particular species has been finished from the what? Wild state, but it is available in somewhere captive form. So we have seen these two types under the extinction. Another type that we have seen, threatened. And under the threatened, I talked about that threatened species. If I am talking about, what is the meaning of threatened? Threatened are, I said that three: critically endangered, endangered and vulnerable. If I am talking about critically endangered, the critically endangered species are those species. Critically endangered species are those species which has very high risk to become extinct. Very high risk to become extinct. It is in a critically endangered species. And then endangered species mean, I said, high risk to become extinct. And another vulnerable. And vulnerable says that it is in a high risk to become endangered. Understood that these are the three under the threatened species. And after the threatened species, we have seen there is a low risk category. In the low risk category, there is in the first one I said that, yes, कौन है? Near threatened, conservation dependent and least concern. Near threatened, conservation dependent and least concern. Near threatened means the species which is high risk to become a threatened species. लेकिन उस species का मुझे सारा population in the world where they are distributed, I know about it. कहाँ पर है, लेकिन they can become a threatened species. Threatened species का मतलब vulnerable, endangered, critically endangered. It can become like this. I said that I have a whole idea about that this species is a near threatened species. It can convert into a threatened species in the future, but I know that where they are distributed, and we can give a better what is a conservation program for them. But there is another, I said that new addition is there, conservation dependent. It is also near threatened species, but we do not have a complete available data of its distribution in the world. So we have to give an extra care for this. This is considered as a conservation dependent. And thereafter, you know that the list concern is the species which has been in a good in amount, it is in a list concern. And thereafter special categories are two, data deficient and not evaluate. Means there are the species which is supposed to be having some data but not complete data, they are good in amount but there is a deficiency is there. लेकिन इसका मतलब ये है, it can be possibly that this data deficiency में ये species किसी भी level में जा सकता है. This data deficiency means I said that a special category, this data deficient means I do not have a data for the particular specific species. We are lacking, but it can be in the low risk, it can be in the threatened species. These two species उसमें हो सकता है. Clear? I said that it can go into other upper two categories. Again I said that some of the species we have not evaluated. Again the two are in the data deficient and not evaluated. If we have not evaluated a particular species, again I said that it can go into the reason of what I said that in the which category? Low risk category as well as in the what? Threatened. Because हमारे पास evaluated नहीं है तो हमें बहुत ज़्यादा उनको भी concern करना है. तो government that every government responsible in environmental based government has to provide what I said that good amount of concern regarding this for the data deficient and not evaluated. So we have seen this one and thereafter उसके बाद हम लोगों ने और कुछ किया था. Biodiversity hotspot. Biodiversity hotspot I have talked about. It was given by Norman Mayer. And then I talked about कि biodiversity was given by Rosen and biodiversity hotspot was given by Norman Mayer. And then I said कि रोज किसको मिलना चाहिए? Normal man को मिलना चाहिए. रोज किसको मिलना चाहिए? Normal. The Rosen has given biodiversity and Norman Mayer has given what? According to him, at present it is in a 36, but some says 30, some says 35. But at present we have how many biodiversity hotspots in the world? 36. They have categorized two special categories for that a particular region should be what as I said that biodiversity hotspot. First, how many plant species in the world? 3 lakh. I said what is the 1% of 3 lakh? 3,000. So the first point is that 0.5% or 1500, 0.5% or 1500, 3 lakh का 0.5% क्या होगा? 1500. So 0.5% or 1500 trees are vascular trees. 0.5%, I said that 0.5% or 1500 trees are which trees? Vascular trees endemic. Vascular trees endemic species. Endemic means they are from the particular that region, they are not found anywhere. And vascular trees means the largest trees, largest trees. Not talking about the smaller trees, largest trees. So again I said that what is the first important part for the biodiversity hotspot? So 0.5% or 0.5% or 1500 species are, I said, vascular trees endemic species. Vascular trees. Trees कैसा हो? Vascular हो लेकिन कौन species हो? So vascular trees endemic. And another I said that second point, at least 70% of the what is in a species over there, plant species over there under the what? Threat. Understood? In the problem area. At least 70%. That is known as a biodiversity hotspot. Some books says that I said that there are 3 biodiversity hotspots in India and 4 biodiversity hotspots in India, but it is only 2 biodiversity hotspots in India, and that I said that one it is in a Western Ghat, another is in a Himalaya. If somebody is talking about Burma, along with the Myanmar, we have a boundary and वहाँ पर भी एक biodiversity hotspot है. लेकिन it is not in India. We are already considering to the Himalaya. So we have already हिमालय के साथ चाइना का भी है बायोडाइवर्सिटी हॉटस्पॉट. तो हम लोग बोलेंगे इंडो चाइना हॉटस्पॉट, इंडो बर्मा हॉटस्पॉट, इंडो पाकिस्तान हॉटस्पॉट. तो हमारे पास कितने हो गए? 5 हो गए. So we can't. So we have how many biodiversity hotspot? 2 Himalayan biodiversity hotspot and Western Ghat. So total 36 biodiversity hotspot, out of it 2 are in India. Thereafter और क्या डिस्कस किया? बायो. इसको दोबारा से करेंगे, लेकिन आज थोड़ा सा एंडेंजर्ड स्पेसिस कर लेते हैं.